Kenneth L. Farquharson, known professionally as Ken Parker, born February 23, 1948 and died on February 22, 2025, was a Jamaican musician who first recorded in the 1960s. Net worth and financials. Ken Parker's net worth was not widely documented, but as a well-known musician with decades of contributions to reggae and gospel music, his financial standing was likely substantial. Throughout his career, Parker recorded multiple albums and singles, many of which remained popular long after their release. His work with legendary producers and labels, along with his performances in global festivals, likely contributed to a steady income. Furthermore, his own record label and production company, which he set up in the 1980s, would have added to his financial success. Given the long-standing popularity of his music, particularly in the reggae revival scene, it is reasonable to assume that Parker maintained a comfortable lifestyle throughout his later years. However, it should be noted that Ken Parker was never one to flaunt wealth. Instead, he focused on his music, spiritual beliefs, and relationships, which were of far more importance to him than material success. Early life and musical beginnings. Ken Parker was born Kenneth L. Farquharson in the quiet rural town of Darliston, located in the Westmoreland parish of Jamaica. Growing up in a Christian household, Parker was exposed to gospel music at a very young age. His father was a preacher, and his household was filled with hymns, spiritual songs, and religious teachings. This early influence shaped his later work, which often blended spiritual themes with the rhythmic beats of reggae. As a teenager, Parker was drawn to music, and he began performing with a local group called the Blues Benders. It was during his time with the Blues Benders that Parker started to hone his vocal skills. His talent was evident, and his performances started to gain the attention of local audiences. In the 1960s, Parker found himself immersed in the vibrant music scene of Jamaica. The island was undergoing a musical renaissance, and reggae, ska, and rocksteady were dominating the airwaves. Parker's early recordings were under the tutelage of the legendary producer Coxsone Dodd at Studio One, one of the most influential record labels in Jamaican music history. His big break came when, in the mid-1960s, Parker auditioned for Coxsone Dodd's label, and his smooth vocal style was instantly recognized. The audition was a turning point in Parker's life, and it marked the beginning of his solo career. As part of the Studio One family, Parker recorded some of his most beloved tracks, such as Choking Kind, Run Come, and My Whole World Is Falling Down. These early songs showcased Parker's smooth, heartfelt voice, which set him apart from other reggae artists of the time. His soulful delivery combined with poignant lyrics made his music deeply emotional, earning him a devoted following. Houses and lifestyle. While Ken Parker was a public figure, he preferred to keep his personal life out of the spotlight. He did not live a lavish lifestyle by the standards of many other celebrities in the music industry. Instead, Parker chose a more humble life, often spending time in his homes in the United States and the United Kingdom. His love for simplicity and spiritual values guided his choices in both personal and professional aspects of life. In the later years of his life, Parker's home in Florida became his sanctuary. Surrounded by close friends and family, he lived peacefully, dedicating his time to personal reflection, music, and occasionally performing at select events. His lifestyle reflected his belief in humility and faith over fame and excess. Musical career and key contributions. Ken Parker's career in music was nothing short of remarkable, with his ability to transition seamlessly between different styles and genres. Throughout his career, he worked with some of Jamaica's most renowned producers, including Duke Reid, Bunny Lee, Rupie Edwards, and Joe Gibbs. The impact of these collaborations was undeniable, and Parker's music continued to evolve over the years. In 1968, he released his debut album Keep Your Eyes on Jesus. This album blended gospel influences with reggae rhythms, reflecting his deep faith and spiritual beliefs. Tracks like Keep Your Eyes on Jesus became anthems for listeners who found comfort in Parker's voice and his message of hope. Despite the spiritual undertones of his music, Parker's versatility was apparent as he explored various themes, including love, heartbreak, and social issues. His hits like Jimmy Brown, Kiss an Angel Good Morning, and Help Me Make It Through the Night showcased his range as an artist. These tracks were not only popular in Jamaica but also gained international attention, contributing to the global rise of reggae music during the late 1960s and early 1970s. However, despite his growing popularity, Parker faced challenges within the industry. He became disillusioned with the direction of the music scene and, by 1972, decided to step away from recording music. He relocated to the United States, where he lived in New York for some time before eventually moving to England in 1973. While living in England, Parker continued to perform live but did not record extensively. It was not until the early 1980s that he returned to the studio, launching his own record label and production company. This marked a new chapter in his career, and he started releasing gospel albums under his own name, as well as expanding his reach in the reggae and soul scenes. One of Parker's notable later contributions was his involvement in the reggae revival movement, a resurgence of interest in classic reggae sounds. He also performed in various international festivals, including the International Ska and Reggae Festival in London in 2014, which helped solidify his reputation as a revered figure in the reggae community. Legacy and final years. Ken Parker passed away on February 22, 2025, just one day before his 77th birthday, leaving behind an incredible legacy. His voice, his passion for music, and his spiritual message continued to inspire future generations of musicians and fans. The reggae world mourned the loss of a true pioneer and celebrated his incredible contributions to the genre. Ken Parker's music, particularly his early tracks from Studio One and his later gospel work, continued to resonate with audiences around the world. His influence on both reggae and gospel music was immeasurable, and his songs remained a testament to his artistic genius and his commitment to spreading love, peace, and faith through music.